Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna.
Srila Gurudev ki
Jai.
jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Srila Panu Gauri Guru Varga ki jai, Patit Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandan Gaura Hari ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinu Bihari Ju ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Ramana Ju ki jai, Jai,
Jai.
Giriraj Maharaj ki jai,
Jai.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Hare Nam Sankirtan ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande
Hari Hari Bol.
So we're going to begin with Mangalacharan, page 1 of the Shri Gauriya Giti Gucha. Vandeham Shri Guru, D-A-N-D-E, Vande. One second.
Dhanavad Radhe Radhe.
There you go. Radhe Radhe. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaisnava Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Samadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Nityanamine Shri Krishna Leela Kadale Sudaksham Odaya Madhurya Gunashcha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvam Shirashan Namami Trikandinam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Shri Krishna Padam Jimitaika Hridi Chaitanya Leelamrita Sarasar Narayanam Tvam Satatam Prapadye Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakari Namo Vishnupadaya Gaura Preshthaya Bhutale Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyano Keshava Yukti Namine Pativartya Charitrayo Swashritancha Paline Jiva Dukhe Sadarkaya Shri Rama Premadayine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine श्रीवर्षभारती देवी दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दयिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमध्य श्रीरूपानुग भक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दिनपारिणे रूपानुगं विरुधाप सिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भार सम्बोधे पदं जयते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सजनप्रिय वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यो नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जयतां सुरतोपङ्गो मम मन्दमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वप्नदम्बो राधामदनमोहन दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमान् श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रीराधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेव प्रेष्ठानिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन्द्रसरसारम्भी वंशिवत्ततस्थितः कैशन्वेणुस्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रेयस्तु नः वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादाभक्तिनिर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दं मुनिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनं हरेर्नाम हरेर्नाम हरेर्नामेव केवलं फलो नास्त्येव नस्त्येव नस्त्येव गतिरन्यथा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना पेज 360 in the Gaudiya Giti Gucha Songbook GURUDEV E-D, Gurudev.
Kripa,
Kripa karke. Not Hindu, Kripa karke.
and then start with Gurudev. yesterday when Radha Raman came on, then I could see you directly.
Are you sure it was Radha Raman?
No, it was the
That
other
was
one.
the other one.
Just switch it now before it begins. So please bear with us for 1 minute while we just switch internets. Please don't leave us. We will be right back. Do you need that thing? Do you need that phone?
Hey Krishna, can you see okay now?
Tell them, just so you know, Ramananda Prabhu is telling that if you just go to my page, Sudevi Dasi, if you watch directly, instead of through any other watch party, he says it works okay.
Yes, go to Sudevi's page. I'll tell you so you can see me. With Tanpura. One second.
Okay, we're good.
So, if you go directly to Sudevi's page instead of through a watch party, because it's being broadcast directly from Sudevi's page. So go to Sudevi Devidasi, and then you'll see there that she's broadcasting it. And then others are rebroadcasting from there to make watch parties. So it might be clearer and easier from that.
She was saying that yesterday she couldn't, and today she could only see it through the watch party.
Okay.
So that was the confusion, but
In either case,
we're
we're
all
fortunate
together.
that we have different options. Hare Krishna. Kave Shri Chaitanya More Gurudeva Doya.
Mother Mohan Prabhu is asking that if I do speak, you turn off the drone. They can't hear me. If I say something that's worthy.
Sure, of course.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam. Kave Shri Chaitanya More Gurudeva Doya starts with K-A-B-E. Kave Shri Chaitanya More. And that is page
41. Oh wait, no.
75. Don't worry, you couldn't hear her through the drum. 75.
That was Sudevi. Jai Ho. Thank you, Jiva
Kave Shri Chaitanya More Tori Beno Doya Kave Ami Pai Bhuvani Namo Pado Chaya Kave Shri Chaitanya
Sange
Sakti Thankura. Parama Karuna?
Really?
Yeah. Okay. What page is Parama Karuna?
84.
Page 84.
If you read the gospel of the context.
You can leave?
No.
So it's going to be Prabhupada. Okay? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Harinam. Jaya Jaya Harinam. Chidanandamritadam. Jaya Jaya, starting with Jaya, Jaya. Page Jaya Jaya. 178. 178. Jaya Jaya Harinam Chidanandamritadam. Jaya Jaya Harinam. We've been requested to sing Narad Muni Bajay Vina Radhika Ramana Name,
Page 182.
followed by any Dhuni Kirtan with Radharaman. 182.
182. Narada Muni starts N-A-R-A-D-A.
Narad Muni. Radhika Krishna namo rasane sturi purano yamaro asha Shri Krishna namo rasane sturi purano yamaro Shri Rupa Maje Jajaye Niha Bhakti Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Nandayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarim. First of all, I offer my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev, Nitya Lila Parishta Visnupada, astottara Shri Srimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, in the same thousands of Dandavat Pranam unto the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Parishta Visnupada, astottara Shri Srimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, to all of our Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Vaishnavas, who ever were, who are now, and whoever will be, and all of those who are participating today with us, my Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Dandavat Pranam.
So some interesting questions came to me yesterday. Interestingly enough, the same question came from different persons privately. And basically the idea was that we hear how we should be, what our ideal is, and we know where we are here and now. So how do we find a balance? How do we progress from where we are? What is the recommendation given in scripture and by the words of our Guru Varga for how we can be? Because we're not there, we're definitely here, and we need to progress from somewhere. So what is practical for us here and now? And our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, would frequently speak about this subject. He actually called it a very dangerous time. The point before Nishta comes, but the point after we have actually endeavored to give up some material attachments. It means we've let go of something, but we have not yet caught something else. So it's quite a dangerous time in between. And he would always give the example of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami, as I told previously, tried directly to run to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had so much greed for the mercy of the Lord. So he ran to Mahaprabhu, but what did Mahaprabhu do? He told him, you should go home. And you should be like normal in the world. Not like... Our Gurudev explained that he was implying that you should give honor to your mother and father, that you should behave in a way that no one can detect what's going on in your heart. And Gurudev said, don't openly express your devotion, your bhakti. He said, our bhakti is like camphor. We should keep it very hidden, our devotion. Like camphor in a box. If you open that box, the camphor will evaporate into the air. In the same way, if we share our deepest secrets openly, then we may lose what we have attained. So Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami, you should go home and be like normal in the world so that no one can detect what is going on in your heart. But you should always remember and serve within your mind and heart Radha and Krishna. In other words, internally, and where no other eyes can see, in that private space, in the presence, in your own room. As Gurudev told Sudevi, to go into a closet where no eyes can see. Just Harinam Prabhu, or Harinam Mala, and her Gurudev, weeping and crying. Hare Krishna, Ha Gurudev, weeping and weeping. He said, this is more than chanting lakhs and lakhs of Harinam. Means lakhs and lakhs of Nam. Who wants to watch the game? That kind of Harinam. More than chanting lakhs and lakhs of that. And this is service to Gurudev. This is service to Krishna. Because Krishna likes one tear more than thousands of words. So, in this case, Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami, Braje Radha Krishna Manasa Seva Koribe. Always, within your mind and your heart, serve and worship Radha and Krishna. This means do your sadhan. And when the time is right, Mahaprabhu said, Krishna will make all arrangements for you. So then eventually, over time, after Raghunath Das Goswami followed this order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Raghunath was able to attain the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, by which Mahaprabhu accepted him. So there's many lessons in this pastime, but for us here and now, whatever situation we're in, there's so many bhajans of Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur which are describing this. Bol Hari Bol, we've heard this. Mana Bol Hari Bol Hari 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 Bol Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol Sukhe Thako Dukhe Thako Bol Hari Bol. Whether in happiness or in distress. Grihe Thako Vane Thako Bol Hari Bol. Whether you're at home or you're in the forest. In every situation, no matter what situation. Krishnera Sangsare Thaki. Diving deep into Krishna Sangsara. Always. In every situation, chant the holy names of the Lord. In every situation. Also we know this bhajan. Gai Gora Madhur Share. Gai Gora Madhur Share. Grihe Tako. Mane Tako. Shada Hari Bole Tako. Suke Duke Bhulo Nako. Vadane Harinam Korore. Whether you're at home, whether you're in the forest, in happiness or distress, in every situation, always chant the holy names of the Lord and remember Krishna. Or as our Gurudev so beautifully would say, chant and remember the sweet pastimes of Krishna. So, this prescription has been given for everyone, in any situation. Even in the bhajan, Nadiya Godrumi Nityananda Mahajan, Patiya Chinam Hatajibe Rakaram. In every situation, develop faith. Whether you're, what is it? Shradhavan Janahe. I can't remember the words exactly at this moment. Yet there it is said, enter into Krishnera Sangsara. Krishnera Sangsara Koro Charyanachar Jive Doya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharmasar. In every situation, always take shelter of the holy names of Krishna. So one time we were in South Africa with our Srila Gurudev, Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaja. And one devotee was there. Gurudev, I want a direct order from you. Gurudev said to him, as you're doing, it is okay. No, Gurudev, I want a direct order from you. Please give me a direct order. Again, Gurudev said, as you're doing, it is okay. No, Gurudev, please give me a direct order. I want something directly from you. He said, really? You want direct from me? He said, yes, please. Gurudev said, then I want you to be like Raghunath Das Goswami. I want you to give up all of your material attachments and surrender exclusively to Shri Radha and Krishna Sachinandan Gaura Hari. The devotee was shaking like this, and then Gurudev just started laughing. He got a glint in his eye. And he said, as you're doing, it is okay. It means from wherever we are now, this is exactly where we need to be, according to our own subjective evolution of consciousness. From wherever we are, we should cry for help and endeavor to make progress. Means accepting what instructions we have been given by Guru and Vaisnava and Shastra. We should endeavor to progress. Sometimes we have this idea that, oh, I am completely hopeless, I have no power on my own, and we have this understanding in our scriptures. Ekakiyamar nahi pai bal. On my own I have no strength. Please give me your mercy, give me shraddha, even a drop of it. And yet, all of our shastras are telling us, two things are required. So we can be at home and be complacent, thinking, I have no hope. I can't do it. Maybe in another life, this life it's not for me. Yes, some senior devotees were recently saying these things. You guys, you were born as devotees, but us, no, we're hopeless. Nonsense. If anyone has an excuse to give up the process, it is us. So I don't accept that excuse that it's okay. I don't accept that excuse that we cannot endeavor now from wherever we are. The reason I told that is because as children we experienced so many things in the name of bhakti that were against bhakti, which created massive amounts of confusion and which could theoretically cause us to run very far away from the path. And so I'm saying if anyone has an excuse to not follow, it's us. Everyone in this material world has suffered since time without beginning. Our Gurudev said there is not one sin that we have not committed millions of times over since time immemorial in our sojourn through material existence. Not one sin. We have done everything and we have tasted everything again and again and again. As Prahlad Maharaj says, punak punash charvata charvananam. Again and again chewing that thing which we have already chewed. But somehow we have come at this time into the association of pure Vaishnavas, into the association of those who are giving Gauravani Pracharine, who are giving us the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is that? Jive Doya, Krishna Nam. Always chant the holy names of Krishna. Give mercy to the jivas. Wherever you go, whomever you meet, tell them about Krishna. Take shelter of the path of Krishna Bhakti. We've all been given this opportunity. So no matter where we are, no matter which stage we have come from, we have all experienced the suffering of this material world. Ateva maya tare deya samsara duk. Since time without beginning, because we have neglected Krishna, we are bound in samsara and suffering the results of our karma in samsara. Deya samsara duk, suffering. How does sukh come? How does happiness come? Purna amrita ashvadanam. By taking shelter of the holy names of the Lord. One devotee said to Srila Prabhupada as he was giving class, how long will it take for us to attain perfection? And Prabhupada said, you have not been listening to our classes? One moment. Krishna says, Sarvadharmam prityaja mam ekam. One moment, if you surrender to Krishna, in one moment you can attain perfection. It's not that, oh, I'm hopeless. If I hold that mode, that I am hopeless, that means I think that my ego is more powerful than my Gurudev. I think that my hopelessness is more powerful than Krishna's mercy. It's the inverted form of pride. My pride is telling me that I am so great that my Gurudev's mercy, that Krishna, his mercy, that the holy name that has all Shakti, Purna Shakti, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti, all potency is invested in Krishna's holy names. And yet, I think that my ego is so great that Harinam cannot touch me. This is a form of pride. So taking shelter from wherever we are and seeing the amazing amount of mercy which has come to us. We have come only 500 years from the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So close to the time of Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur,
To the time of
Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. In the time of?
I was going to say the personality who fulfilled the prophecy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
In the time of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Wow.
That personality who fulfilled the prophecy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that my name, Hoide Mor Naam, will be spread in every town and village. So there's two ways that his name is spread in every town and village. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shachinandan, Jai Gaurahari. and also his name, as we spoke yesterday in Raya Ramanan Samvad. Who is Sri Krishna Chaitanya? Who is Gora? Go is Govinda, Ra is Radhika. Their names together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This form of the holy names of the Lord, which is capable of awakening the praying which is inherent within everyone's heart. Hoibe Mor Nam. This name will be spread to every town and village of this world. Who did that? Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All of those great and amazing personalities who have given everything cent per cent. We saw our Gurudev. Sudevi asked him about serving his Gurudev. And he said, we gave our heads in the service of our Gurudev. It means we have given everything. Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj also. All of our Guru Varga. They surrendered themselves completely and never looked back. One-way tickets to their Gurudev. Many years before, our Gurudev Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj had a heart attack. And he came very late to Kartik. Maybe 2 weeks late, because they had to do some open heart surgery and put something in his heart called a stent. It allows the blood to flow properly. So he came late and no one was supposed to be close to him. We were all supposed to keep a, what do they call it?
Distance.
What kind of distance?
Social.
Social distance. Minimum 6 to 10 feet distance from him. And he was always wearing a mask, and if we had to come somewhat close, we should also cover our noses. And there was a piece of masking tape on the floor 6 feet from his bed, and on it was like, do not cross this line. So we were all waiting for Gurudev to come to Kartik. He even gave his speech, I wouldn't call it his speech, the offering of his heart to his Gurudev, his Pushpanjali to his Gurudev from his hospital bed via phone on the first day of Kartik. And all devotees were weeping at that time. So we were waiting, when is he coming, when is he coming? And they said, he's coming now. For hours and hours, we were out in the nighttime at Govardhan singing, where is Gurudeva, where is Gurudeva? I don't know if you remember, we were chanting that, where is Guru, because he came 4 hours later. Yeah, where is Gurudev? So finally we had the opportunity, well, we took the opportunity, myself, Sudevi and Vishaka at the time, we were traveling the world on Gurudev's order, preaching on his behalf. And we had a donation for him. So we went to go see him. Madhu Maharaj was not there at the time. Dvija Krishna Prabhu was quite far down in the kitchen, and Gurudev was in his room. And suddenly, we saw Gurudev's door shaking. We were on the outside, and we saw the door shaking, making a loud noise. And then we saw Gurudev, he came to his window, and he's pointing at the door. It was latched like this, a lock was in it, but it wasn't fully locked. And he's like, open the door. So we're like, Gurudev's giving an order. So we opened it, unlatched it, and then Gurudev pulled the doors open and then ran from the doorway to his bed. And he said, come on. And just as we were going in, Dvija Krishna Prabhu from far away was like, no, like this. But Gurudev said, come in. Gurudev ran and jumped on his bed, put his mask on really quick, and said, don't cross the line. So we kind of handed him the donation from far away, very quickly, and he took it like this. And at that time, Sudevi and Vishaka and I, we had decided to petition Gurudev. Everyone knows you now. You've traveled around the world. You've been preaching so much. You've shared so much. Now everyone can come to see you. You shouldn't travel so much anymore. Like Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, he never went to the West. And yet so many came to see him, so many are reading his books. So we feel that it is probably a good time that you can just stay here do your bhajan nicely, and everyone from around the world can come to see you. And they were crying, like they had this, we will weep and beg Gurudev. Gurudev said, he sat up really straight on his bed, and he ripped his mask off. And he said, I feel better than I have in years. I feel that Mahaprabhu has given me new life. Now I will continue traveling the world more and more. Mind you, he was about 84 at the time, right? And we just looked at him like, what? But there was nothing we could say. Nothing we could say in response to this mood. He said, I have this energy. Now I should use it in seva. Complete dedication. Even at the very end, they even recommended to him that they would do some surgeries. All I will say is bag in, bag out. If you know what that means, you understand. And Gurudev's only question was, will I be able to continue to serve? Will I be able to continue to do my translations? And they said, we're not sure, Gurudev. It's not a guarantee. He said, then, no. Can I continue to serve? Simply that. This kind of personality, we have come into their association in Rupa Anuga Guru Varga and heard Harikatha from them. Not just any kind of Harikatha, the moods of our Goswamis. Jiva Pavan Prabhu and others were requesting, because yesterday was Sri Rai Ramananda's day, the disappearance day of Ramananda Rai, that we could continue speaking about something to do with Ramananda Rai and also from the previous day where we left off, Sri Balavi Jivana. What have they come to give? This is no ordinary time. Today Sudevi was reminding me that Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj said, the fact that you have come into this line and that you are hearing this katha now, that you are engaged in this process of bhakti, taking shelter of Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the line of Rupa Goswami, coming to Vrindavan, associating with these kinds of Rupa Anuga Vaishnavas, doing parikrama of Vrindavan and Govardhan, hearing the katha from the moods of our Goswamis and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said you should know for a minimum that you have struggled for a minimum of 100 lifetimes, minimum, to come to this point. That we have done so much hard labor to come to this point. We should not think that it is just accidental.
He said when the Vaishnavas, he said also that when the Vaishnavas see that we are not taking this human birth seriously and taking to this process of bhakti seriously, their hearts tremble in pain and in fear. Oh, so many fruits would have been there, but now, like a raging forest fire has come and destroyed everything. This material world consuming us. He said, so their hearts bleed, seeing us in this condition.
As she's telling that, I'm remembering when there were massive fires in Los Angeles. And they were taking over all of the mountains. I mean, it looked like a war zone, worse than that, some kind of Armageddon. And everywhere was fire, everywhere. And they had some videos. And animals were running out of the fire. And people were like, come on, come on. And the animals would jump out, and then they would jump back in because they didn't know, they were afraid what was outside. So the people were outside crying, no, 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 please come back, come back. And the animal would come back out and then run back into the fire. And they were crying, please, no. And then they would catch these animals and give them water and give them some nourishment. We're also like that. When the pure devotee sees us jumping back into the fire, it's breaking their hearts. No, 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 not that. Don't do that. Anything but that. Just come out. I will give you nourishment. I will give you water. I will cool you. I will give you food. I will give you shelter. Don't jump back into that fire. But that fire is what we are accustomed to. And when the opportunity for the nectar, the soothing nectar of Krishna Nam comes, no, 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 I'm not qualified for that now. Let me jump back into the fire. It's heartbreaking. Their hearts bleed upon seeing the suffering of the jivas. Ati marta charitraya Swashrana Shritanam Chapaline, Jiva Duke Sadartaya, Srinama Premadayine. In the Pranam Mantra to our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaja, it said, seeing the suffering of the jivas of this world, Jiva Duke Sadartaya. He desires to give the best thing, that nectar by which all of our burning can be removed. Srinama Premadayine. They're giving us Harinam, but not just any Harinam. Now why am I saying that? Because Hare Krishna Mahamantra is eternal. It has always been around. In other yugas, they were also chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Right? Other yugas are also chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But in this yuga, there is something special. Something infused within this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Braja Prem. Coming from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Our Gurudev explained, you can read it in Pinnacle of Devotion, in the chapters relating to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is Krishna, Radha Bhava Dyuti Subalitam, Nomi Krishna Surupam. So obsessed with tasting the bhavas of Srimati Radhika that he has entered deep into her heart, as we heard yesterday. And he's experiencing those bhavas which are the greatest nectar that he has ever tasted. Endeavoring to taste Mahabhav, Modan, Madanakya Mahabhav. Krishna's dive deep into the ocean of Radhika's prem and becoming completely encapsulated by her love and affection, by her prem. He's inside there, plundering the wealth of her heart by her permission. Because her everything is how to serve and please Krishna. So his desire is to taste what she's experiencing. So by this, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Ladini Shakti Rasmad Ekatmanavapi Puvi Pura Deha Vedam Katoto Chaitanyakyam Prakatamaduna Tvadvayam Chaikyamaptam Radha Bhava Dyuti Subalitam Nome Krishna Swarupam. He is Krishna himself, but completely covered in the most amazing nectarian Radha Bhav. And her Bhav has a complexion, and that is Taptakanchana Gaurangi, the complexion of molten gold. It is the complexion of love and affection for Krishna. It is the complexion of seva. So, Chaitanya... Close the windows? You think so? Sound like someone just closed the door. When the wind starts kicking up at this time, it kicks up a lot of dust.
No, it's a storm.
Okay, storm is coming. Storm is coming. What storm? Storm of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. They have to close the windows next door. So, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is Krishna coming to taste what? The mood of Shantaras? What it is like to be a tree in Vaikuntha? No. The mood of Dasyaras? Yes, all are the servants of Krishna. Ekal Ishvara Krishna are Sababritya. All are servants of Krishna. So yes, there's some Dasya there. But everything is Dasya. What kind of Das? What kind of Das? Because Sakya is also Dasya. So is Vatsalya, so is Madhurya. So is Manjari. All are Das of Krishna. What kind of Das has he come to experience? Sakya Bhav? As just a friend of Krishna? A cowherd boyfriend? No. Vatsalya Prem? Like Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba have for Krishna? No. Madhurya Rasa, like Srimati Radhika has for Krishna. Specifically, what love Srimati Radhika has for Krishna. This is what he has come to experience. This is what he has come to taste. And he also wants to give that. Prem Ras Niryash Gorite Ashvadan. We see here, Sri Sachinandan Gaura Hari. He's standing there with one arm up. That one arm up represents the Prem Ras Niryash. That supremely amazing Prema Ras that he is tasting. the Unatu Ujvala Rasa, the highest, supreme rasa of the bhavs of Srimati Radhika's love and affection for Krishna. What he is tasting is so nectarian, so amazing, so wonderful, and not his. So he also is experiencing this most amazing thing and is desiring naturally within his heart that all should have some semblance of a taste of this. Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Korite Prachara. His other arm is down with his hand pointed out, that all should experience something of this nectar that I am experiencing. Srila Gurudev gave the example of Duryodhana at the time of Raja Suya Yagya. Krishna was responsible for allocating who would get what seva.
First he explained that as you come to me, Krishna says, as you come to me, I reciprocate.
Tell it loudly.
No, but I just wanted you to don't forget that part, because that's the beginning, but in that mood he's different.
So, Yudhishthira Maharaj engaged Krishna in allocating who gets what seva during the Raja Suya Yagya. So Krishna arranged for so many different personalities to give different sevas. And Krishna himself took the service of washing all of the feet of the Brahmins as they arrived. And he allocated the position of giving in charity to the Brahmins from the treasury of Yudhishthira Maharaj. He allocated this to Duryodhana. They were concerned. What have you done? You gave the position of giving our wealth away to Duryodhana? You know he wants to make us bankrupt. He wants to give away everything. How can you do that? And Krishna said, I know that there's a line on his hand that says that any wealth he touches immediately doubles. Even he doesn't know it. So any wealth he touches will immediately double in volume. He will never be able to give enough away. So Duryodhana, what was he doing? He was plundering that and trying to give it away. Gurudeva explained why. He said, if you own something, if you have your own money, it's very difficult to give it away. But it's quite easy to give away something that belongs to someone else. So Krishna is plundering the wealth of the heart of Srimati Radhika, tasting that nectar of prema ras, mahabhav. He's tasting that and experiencing such bliss and nectar that he desires that all jivas, sab jiva hoilopa, par premena vata se, all jivas should experience something of this prema. Except unata ujvala ras. Ras is the property, exclusive property of Srimati Radhika. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is desiring that all jivas can get this. Not only that, what he's experienced is so wonderful that he's desiring to repay Srimati Radhika. Because he's trying. For all, he's saying, as you approach me, I reciprocate accordingly. He tries to repay, but how can he repay something which has no expectation in return? She doesn't want anything from Krishna, only wants to serve and please him. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is experiencing this most amazing, wonderful, transcendental prem nectar, prem ras. And from that, he cannot help himself. Just like if you're tasting the most wonderful thing in the universe, and you need to show it, this is the most amazing thing, you gotta taste this. Prove it. Here, have some, have some, have some. So Srila Rupa Goswami, he coined this beautiful verse. Anarpita charing chirat gunanayavatim nakalo samarpayitum unata ujvala rasang svabhakti shriyam. Unata ujvala rasang svabhakti shriyam. The beauty of that unata ujvala rasa. This is what is the highest potential benefit that any jiva can awaken to in the transcendental realm. And that has another name. That is known as Radha Dasyam. That is our goal, our hope, our aspiration. Srila Bhaktivedanta Srila Maharaj explained that once They were on parikrama with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and they were at Radha Kund in Govardhan. And the devotees noticed that so many were doing Dandava parikrama, that they were praying and going to those places, and they were quite impressed. Wow, look at how devotional these persons are. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he proclaimed or exclaimed, yes, it appears that they're very devotional, but their mood is different than our mood. They're coming to this place because they see that everything is related to Krishna. So they're coming here to offer pranam because, and to Srimati Radhika because of her connection to Krishna. But he said the only reason we have any connection with Krishna is because he's connected to Srimati Radhika. This is the mood of all Rupanugas, deep internal mood. And this is our goal, our hope, and our aspiration. And this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to awaken and to give in this world. This Raga Marga Bhakti. And Rupa Goswami says, Tishtam Brajetad Anuragi Jananugami. In the verse which says, Iti Upadesha Saram, this is the essence of all advice. He said to reside in Vrindavan under the guidance of Anuragi Jan. What kind of Anuragi Jan? He describes it in the next 3 verses. What kind of Anuragi Jan? That personality whose heart is overflowing with love and affection for Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. The next verse, he brings it from Vaikuntha Janito Varama Dupri Tatrapi Ratsotsavat. He ends with Radha Kunda Mihapi Gokulapate Premamrita Plavana. What is Radha Kund? Radha Kund is the very intimate place of the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna at Govardhan. Radha Kund is non-different from Srimati Radhika. It is the place of very intimate Madhyan meeting pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And the next 2 verses are also glorifying Radha Kund at the topmost place. So who can bring me there to serve Radha and Krishna? That kind of Anuragi Jan. This is the essence of all advice, to take shelter of one of those kinds of personalities in Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga. So when Rai Ramananda is seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and seeing the Radha Krishna and seeing Krishna basically becoming absorbed in the heart and in the bhav of Srimati Radhika, this bhavana completely baffled him, and he fell unconscious upon seeing this, and he became completely confused. What have I seen? What have I seen? This most amazing thing. That is Sri Sachinandan Gaura Hari. And what he wanted to give to this world, our Gurudev explains, what he wanted to give, his manobhishta, was manifested in this world by Srila Rupa Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Rupa Goswami established the inner heart's desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this world. Chaitanya Charitamrita states that he came to give Chari Bhav. These are 4 different main bhavs. Sakya, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. But our Gurudev said specifically which one. Specifically which? Through Rupa Goswami, he has come to awaken this mood of serving Radha and Krishna within the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. This bhav he wanted to awaken in the hearts of the jivas. So, from this point, I was previously speaking about 2 things are necessary. Mercy, yes. All of that mercy is coming to us here and now, and we all have the potential of receiving that mercy. Our Gurudev once said, my mercy is flowing like the Yamuna River, but I see so many are lying on the banks, just on the edge, dying of thirst because they will not drink. In English we have a phrase, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. In the same way, the mercy of Guru, Vaishnavas, Krishna, Mahaprabhu, Harinam, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all of our Goswamis, Thakurji, all of our processes of bhakti, they are completely bathing us if we're choosing to accept it. Or We could put ourselves inside of one of these tsunami pods. Have you heard of them? They build these things, these shelters if tsunami is coming. You get inside and you'll float everywhere, but you won't be touched by the water or the tsunami. Nityananda Prabhu broke that dam of prem open and allowed that prem to flood everywhere. It went everywhere. Ghare ghare bule prem amiyar ban. Flooded and drowned everything in that prem. Only those who are kapat, only those who are duplicitous, deceitful, who are cheaters, cheating themselves, they cannot be drowned in that because they've entered into their personal little tsunami pods. They've entered inside their special safe zone that I cannot be touched by this prem.
Last several minutes.
What?
Jiva Pavana Prabhu said last several minutes, it might be on his side, but I think you should tell them we're having severe weather right now.
We are having severe weather right now. Lots of wind, lots of rain.
First it was sand, now rain.
Sand, wind, rain, wind. So,
we might lose connection.
Lochan Das Thakur, he's saying in this bhajan, Ke javi re bhai bhava sindhu par, Oriyaro hilo lochan apanara doshe. What is it? I already told it before. No. Everyone is crossing over this Bhavasagar, this endless ocean of material existence, in the boat of this human form of body, with Guru as the captain, the Sankirtan party with its raised oars, with its upraised arms are like the oars, and Prem is pushing this. Sabajiva hoilo par premera batase. Prem is pushing this forward. Only myself, due to my own fault, I have been left behind. So if we're left behind, this is due to our own fault. Everything is favorable for us from all sides. We've been given the most amazing opportunity, unprecedented. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only appears once every 1,000 Mahayuga cycles. Once in a day of Brahma. And we have come so close to Mahaprabhu and directly unto the guidance and association of pure, real Rupanuga Vaishnavas who externally are manifesting as Sarak Gurus, but who internally are serving Radha and Krishna 24 hours a day. Nikunja yuno ratikele siddhyai yayali bhir yuktirapekshaniya tatrati daksha atiballabasya vande guru shri charanaravindam. We cannot estimate even one micro portion of the amazing value of what we have received. Our Gurudev told Padmanabha Maharaj on one morning walk, you cannot repay me in millions of lives for what I have given you. If only we could even imagine one life. Millions of lives. What valuable treasure Guru has given, more valuable than millions of treasures of this world without expecting anything in return. If we could even contemplate or realize even a little bit of this, we would feel such a weight of debt in our heart to Guru that we would offer our mind, our body, our words, our thoughts, our heart, and our very soul at his feet forever.
So Shamdas Prabhu is asking though, how can this duplicity leave the heart?
How can this duplicity leave the heart? I'm also praying for that. How can this duplicity leave the heart? Our Guru Varga and our Shastras have spoken about this. Raghunath Das Goswami has also given instructions to his mind speaking about this. He calls it bathing in the hot, trickling donkey urine of full-blown deceit. It is something which is considered contemptible and disgusting, but he tells us how. Really, it comes first by taking shelter of Sri Guru and Vaishnavas, holding on tightly, being in their association, emulating their character, serving them to the point of somehow melting their hearts. Because duplicity, deceit is a function of our first anartha. What is our first anartha? Swarup Brahm. Means illusion about who I really am. And from there, lust. So many anarthas manifest. And from there, all of the other ones manifest. So what is the cure for the heart disease of lust? Hearing Rasa Lila Katha with faith and honor from those pure devotees who are completely free from lust. By the sword of their transcendental knowledge, they will cut at the heart disease of lust. Vidyate hridaya grantis. All of those knots which are binding us in this world, including duplicity, deceit and all of that.
Where's that person? What if that personality is not in front of you? What do you do here and now to call out to remove that?
Practically here and now. So many persons, they have connected to that personality whom they have called into their life. As we have connected to our Gurudev, and those before us have connected to their Gurudev. And it is not all one. Krishna manifests to the individual according to their necessity. How can we bring that association into our lives? To go deep into our own hearts and find that part of us, that part that is really desperately needy for true help. Not that outside part that's like, I'll take it whenever I want. But really going inside in that private space and crying to Krishna, please help me. Please, can you hear my prayer? With desperation, understanding that actually I am burning in this material world, accepting that I've been bound in this material world since time without beginning, and until now, by my own strength, I have been unable to extract myself. I cannot, because I'm bound. And anyone else who is also bound cannot also free me. Only someone who is free can unbind the bound. Srila Prabhupada tells in his purport to Dadi Gunamayi Mamamaya Duratteya. That means we require help from outside of ourselves. Because to make mistakes, to err, this is human. This is our nature. We are bound by the four defects: illusion, making mistakes, imperfect senses, and cheating others. So we're just stuck in this repetitive cycle of samsara. I need help from outside myself. And that is a function of the Lord Himself. He manifests. His mercy takes a form, condenses, and comes into our life according to the depth of our prayers, in the form of Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus. Or Srila Gurudeva Maharaj calls them Sadhu Guru. Means those persons who can actually truly help us because they are not bound. They're not bound materially, they're bound only to the lotus feet of Krishna. So the one quality that we require is the sincerity of heart. And how will that come out? In the form of deep prayer, manifesting externally as tears of desperation. And Srila Gurudeva Maharaj said, it will also come out in the form of sound. What is that sound vibration? The sound of the jiva crying to Krishna for mercy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we need to do something. What is our part? We need to go inside and find that part of us that's not a cheater, that's actually really needing help. Look at me, look at my situation. Recently, one devotee, his remembrance of Gurudev was published. What was he saying? He told Gurudev, I'm in such a desperate situation. I'm not qualified for anything. I'm addicted to heroin, Gurudev, and I can't give it up. Gurudev, I'm in such a bad way. And Gurudev said, that's not so bad. What? We think, wow, that's terrible. Gurudev said it's not so bad. He said it's like a mushroom. Mushroom doesn't have any deep roots. Easily we can pull this thing out. He said, you should offer that to me. Not that you give him heroin, but you offer your addiction. Gurudev, I'm giving this to you. Like Gurudev told Sudevi. She told Gurudev, I have so much fear. Gurudev, she used to have panic attacks regularly. And she went to Gurudev, Gurudev, I have so much fear. Gurudev just looked at her and said, you should know that I have now taken it from you. Now don't let it back in.
He said it is gone.
It's gone. It is gone. Now don't let it back in. Usually you have to go to a therapist for 20 years. And then after being with that therapist for 20 years, you realize you've become more mad, so you have to go to another therapist for another 20 years. And by the end of your life, you're like, what have I done? I've spent a lot of money, and I'm still not cured. What does Srila Gurudev do? It is gone. I have now taken it from you. Now don't let it back in. Take shelter of Harinam Prabhu. So whatever it is, we can call out from deep inside. I have so many issues inside. I'm completely controlled by my lust and my anger and my greed and my envy and my pride and all of these other things. Gurudev, help me. Go into that place, like Gurudev said, where no other eyes can see you. That means not your wife, not your children, not your husband, not your mother and father. Go to your own private place, your relationship with your Gurudev and Krishna, your Ishtadev. There, weeping and weeping, call out that Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, crying to Krishna and calling out to your Gurudev, Ha Gurudev, Ha Gurudev. You will feel. I have seen people sitting at the feet of my Gurudev who have been through wars. Mind you, they get shot, cut, they might lose any limb or anything, and they are tough, hard as nails. They were sitting at his feet, bawling like little babies. It's in there. Everyone has it. Why? Because I have been lost in this material world, suffering since time immemorial. Eheno samaya bandhu tumi Krishna kripa sindhu. At this time I see that I have no other friends. Anadi karma pale tori bhavar navajale, tori bari na dekhi upai. Since time without beginning, I've been drowning in this ocean of material existence, and I see no help. I see no relief from this situation. Jnana karma thagadui, more pratari aloi. Jnana and karma means by my own power I've been trying to free myself, but this idea has bound me, and I see no way of getting free from it. It's like a noose around my neck. The sharks and the alligators and all kinds of creatures are coming from all sides. This is all my karmas, my problems. All kinds of problems are coming at me one after another, and I'm drowning at the same time. Listen to Srila Prabhupada singing this bhajan. When he comes to this point, Eheno samaya bandhu, tumi Krishna kripa sindhu. At this time, I have no other friend, only you, Krishna. You are an ocean of mercy, and you are my only friend. If you listen, you hear his voice start cracking. You hear him start crying. Listen to it. Pray to him. May I also awaken this mood of complete dependence.
And please, Krishna, send someone like you.
Yes, and please, Krishna, send me some help. Send me someone like Srila Prabhupada, like Srila Gurudev, like our Guru Varga. Please help me. We're in this situation. We are also burning, and we're also in an intoxicated state, so we don't realize we're burning. Krishna, please help me. That calling, that prayer from the core of the heart, and those tears, that endeavor to follow what we've been given by our Guru Varga, that is our cheshta, our hard endeavor. And their mercy is flowing. And where their mercy and our hard endeavor meet, that is Sri Guru. That is our help. That is our hope. That is Vaishnavas. It is that point. That is the whole moral for us practically of the katha of Yashoda binding Krishna. No matter how much she tried, still the rope was 2 fingers too short. 2 fingers too short. She took all of the ropes in Gokul and bound them to each other, and still 2 fingers too short, and yet she made a vow. Do or die, I will not give up. Even if I have to die, I will never give up. It is said that she was struggling. She was sweating. Her hair was becoming loose. Her clothes were becoming loose. She was desperate.
Her friends were laughing.
Her friends were even mocking her. They were laughing at her. And she was like, do or die. I will bind my son. I must. At that time, Krishna's mercy potency, Gurudev explains in Sri Damodarashtakam, his mercy potency, which is more powerful than himself, covered him. Why couldn't she bind him? Because he was feeling, if I don't go right now to play with my friends might be upset. I can't not go with my friends.
It's important stuff.
It's very important. But she had this mood, I must bind him, no matter what. Do or die. His mercy potency covered him to the point where mugdata.
People are losing it for a minute or two.
Hare Krishna.
They don't know what Bhajwan you were speaking of?
We were speaking on Tumi Sare. No.
Tejavi bhai.
Krishna Sindhu.
Oh, anadi karma pale, tori bhavar navajale, tori bare na dekhi upay.
Maybe we should do some kirtan in.
So, I'm just going to finish this point. So Mother Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna. Krishna was covered by his own mercy potency, which was more powerful than himself. His heart melted, and by that, Mother Yashoda was able to bind him. So this is where her hard endeavor and his mercy met. At that point, she was able to bind Krishna by her love and affection. So by this process, by crying out, by making our hard endeavor to follow, to serve, to please, and by endeavoring to associate with the pure devotees wherever they can be found. And if we cannot find them at the moment, then we should cry to Krishna, pray to Krishna, and understand that He's not our servant, we are His servant. And when He chooses to come, and when He chooses to give His mercy, that's according to His sweet will. In the meantime, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada says that we should be patient, that we should maintain our enthusiasm, that we should maintain our determination, utsaha, nishchaya, dharyat, and we should pray and make that excavation waiting for the mercy of nectar to come. Our Gurudev would frequently give the example of this chatak bird, who never takes muddy water from the ground, but only waits to take water from the rain that falls during the constellation of Swati Nakshatra. He only will drink water which is falling from the sky. Means we should only take that from a transcendental source. Don't surrender to any, these days there's a concept, well, he's good enough. Good enough for what? Only if someone is encouraging us to take shelter of Sri Guru. But we should not take shelter of anything less. We should not surrender our souls to anything less. Taking shelter of the lotus feet of the pure Vaishnavas. This is everything for us.
By our sincerity, they will make themselves recognizable.
And by our sincerity, they will make themselves known to us. This is how Krishna will connect to us. Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj said, if we sincerely cry from the core of our hearts, praying and weeping to Krishna for mercy, if we're really sincere in crying and calling out, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, from the core of our hearts, he said, then Krishna will take a form. His mercy will condense and take a form. That is called Krishna Kripa, the mercy of Krishna, Shri Murti, the form of Krishna's mercy, and will stand in front of us as Shri Guru or Sadhu Guru, either Diksha or Shiksha Guru, the pure Vaishnava, spontaneously and miraculously, and we will know because our heart will be standing in front of us.
When he's telling about the Mahamantra, he says one should chant it exactly as a child is crying for its mother.
Srila Prabhupada said that. How should we cry out like a baby, like a child, crying for its mother? And he himself showed by his own example how to cry out, how to call out. This will be the cure for duplicity. Gurudev said, don't try to hide your heart. Guru knows everything already. But if we are trying to hide it and pretending that everything is okay, Srila Gurudeva Maharaja, he asked one devotee, whose body is this? Is it your body or Krishna's body? And the devotee is like, Krishna's body. And Gurudeva Maharaja started laughing. Oh, outside he's saying Krishna's body, but inside he's thinking, oh, this is my body, my place of enjoyment. And then Gurudeva Maharaja yelled, don't pretend! If you are pretending, then you will not hear the call of Mahaprabhu. Jeev Jago, Gaura Chanda Bole. He clapped his hands 3 times. Jeev Jago, Gaura. He said, sound vibration. If you are pretending to sleep, you can't be woken up. But anyone who is actually asleep, they're not pretending, they can be woken up by the call of Mahaprabhu. They can be awakened. So Mahaprabhu, I've read from many of our acharyas and heard many times, Mahaprabhu is known as Patita Pavana, savior of the fallen conditioned souls. That's every single one of us. But he's not known as Kapata Pavana, they've said. Kapat means those who are duplicitous. Those who are placing themselves in their protective tsunami pod so that they cannot be touched by the flood of prema. Then what can he do? Gurudev would say that too. Come like an open book. Open your heart. Mahaprabhu demanded this of Jagai and Madai also. Confess everything. Open your heart. Confess it. And vow that you will never do it again. Real repentance, Gurudev said, means I vow that I will never do it again. Confess that, and I will free you from everything. So Mahaprabhu himself gave this instruction. Go in front of Gurudev with an open heart, cry, and beg relief. As we've seen in the bhajans of Bhaktivedanta Thakur, how he's begging. Gopinath, Mama Nivedana Shuno. I'm offering this prayer at your lotus feet. Vishai Durjan. I'm so wicked, I'm so far away from bhakti, I'm just a materialist, a sense enjoyer. Sada kamarata, always lusty. Kichu nahi mor gun, I have no good quality at all, not even any good quality. Look at my situation. But then he's praying at the end. You have given liberation even to the demons. Asura sakala paelo charana. You've given liberation even to the demons, so please be merciful to me. There should always be a solution, a prayer at the end. Bhaktivedanta Thakur is showing us how we should pray. In front of the Vaishnavas, in front of Krishna. Pray to them that may this duplicity leave my heart. By serving them and following their instructions, by this, then duplicity can leave. How? Guru Goshthe Goshtale Sujane Bhusuragane Samantre Shri Namni Brajanam Yuva Dvandva Sharane Sada Dambam Hitva Kurut Vratim Apurvam Matitaram Aesvanta Gratas Chitubira Abhiyache Dritapada. Raghunath Das Goswami is telling us in the instructions to his mind, really it's the instructions to our mind, that we should take shelter and association from all of these positive things on the path of bhakti. By this, naturally, all negative things will run far away. Why? Because Krishna is like the sun, and Maya is like darkness. When the sun manifests, then automatically darkness will disappear. So taking shelter of Sri Guru, taking shelter of the Vaishnavas, in their absence, taking shelter of Shastriya Sadhu Sangha, associating with their words, and endeavoring to follow to the best of our ability, and praying for that Sadhu Sangha to manifest. By this, gradually, all of these anarthas, as Gurudev would say, first prema bhakti jaha hoite, prema bhakti manifests by that association, first in the form of shraddha, and as that begins to grow to nishta ruchi ashakti bhav, rati prem, as it begins to grow, then avidya vinasha jate. First by the potency of the positive, and then the negative begins to leave. So it is a gradual appreciation in bhakti, as Srila Prabhupada called it, It is a scientific process. If you follow the process, as you have been given by your Gurudev, as you have been given by Sadhu and Shastra, if you follow that process, the process will yield the results. And the results that we're hoping for, what is our ultimate desired success? To love and serve Krishna. Krishna Prem. This is, and specifically what kind of Krishna Prem? Gopi Bhattu Padakamalayo Dasa Das Anudas. What kind of Das? Dasayate Mamarasostu Rasostu Satyam. Following in the line, in the footsteps of those who are true followers of Sri Rupa. Sri Rupa Goswamipada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanu Guru Varga ki jai, Gaura Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. We will continue with the concepts which we were just mentioning. Tomorrow, that concept of, what is it? Sri Ballavi Jivan. We actually discussed it directly and indirectly quite in depth today. So we have not veered away from the essence of what we've been describing here. It's just more of an elaborate commentary.
And if anyone's missed anything, this has run smoothly, so if they want to go back, they can.
Okay, so Sudevi is mentioning that if anyone has missed anything, if they would like to see it afterward, because it has been consistently recording on this side, that when you go back, it should run smoothly once it's saved after this.
Forgive us.
Please forgive us for our problems, our faults, and our internet faults.
Hare Krishna.
सचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय राधा बिहारी जी की जय राधा रमण जी की जय गिरिराज महाराज की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय गौर भक्तवृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति बोलो राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राम राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राम राधे 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 श्री राधे श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय 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 श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्याम गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari Hari Bol.
See you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Dandavat
Dandavat
Pranam. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.